Assalamu alaikum and good afternoon. Thank you all for attending. My father once told me, Rami Habibi, share the knowledge. Pass it forward and move it forward for everybody who'd like to know that knowledge. And I'm very proud that I work for an organization that shares similar values of sharing knowledge. And this is why I selected the Hunter University background. The Holy Quran phrase, Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim, وَجَعَلْنَا مِنَ الْمَاءِ كُلَّ شَيْءٍ حَيٍّ, and of water we did make every living thing. It's a really profound statement from the Holy Quran that talks about the value and the importance of water in all living matters. Go back please one more slide. Whether you say it in Hindu or in German, in French, in Spanish, in Italian, or even in my second language, Romanian, it's really a universal statement about the importance of water. Now, there are probably hundreds and thousands of shocking information about water consumption and water usage around the world. There are a few of them that really caught my attention. For instance, we know that in urban landscape cities, almost 50% of urban water use is for outdoor landscape use. And that, in recent reports in California, equals to 9 billion gallons per day, the equivalent of 13,000 Olympic-sized swimming pool, or the daily water use of 20 million people in an urban city. But I've never seen a swimming pool in my life, an Olympic-sized swimming pool. So let's put it in the landscape context in the next slide. It is the equivalence of 90,000 football fields, right, for a full year, and the equivalent of 60 years of a golf course, an 80-hole golf course. That's how much water that's used. And ladies and gentlemen, around 50% in some regions gets wasted. Somebody might say, but Rami, we stopped using potable water for irrigation. Now we use recycled, treated sewage water. And I say, remarkable. And that is one of the most amazing achievements in countries like Saudi and the Emirates and Abu Dhabi, for example, where they have used and they are still using this kind of water, but it doesn't go unchecked. We know that the use of TSC water can cause soil salinization, and that is something we have to be worried about. We have to know how to manage such kind of challenges. So if we go to the next slide, we think, how can we help? How can we contribute to achieving sustainability in irrigation? So I had a chat with a friend of mine, a mentor of mine, a veteran of the industry. Veteran is the polite way of saying older person. But he's a good friend of mine, he's my mentor, and we kind of agreed and said that there are 4 pillars of sustainable irrigation. Number 1, trust in expert irrigation designers. And I can see some really, really good designers in this tool. Thank you all for attending. Why? Because irrigation designers really optimize water use. They try to mitigate losses of water, whether it's by evaporation or runoff. They utilize the latest technologies in smart irrigation to really capture that water not to be used. Also, they depend on reliable information. There are details of ready-made irrigation templates. There are schematic details as well as the new evolution of 3D BIM modeling. It's all at the fingertips of those professional designers to produce such amazing and very well designed. Next slide, please. Of course, the designers use software-aided the tools to help them in their activities, and they are connected with well-recognized organizations around the entire world. Next. All right, so I work for a manufacturer, so I had to split a couple of slides around manufacturers. Use reputable, the second pillar, use reputable brands, reputable manufacturers that we know what they are doing. By using reputable manufacturers, whether you're designing a pocket park in a neighborhood, or you're designing a master planned site-wide public realm, alike, using such reputable brands bring that peace of mind we've been using on the irrigation system. Next. And of course, such reputable brands invest a lot in R&D, in developing new technologies, new ways of improving those products, new ways of really harnessing that technology to really get that saving of the water. Technologies are abundant, like weather sensors, soil sensors, low flow application devices that can really contribute. I heard Duncan today talk about deep root watering system, such an amazing solution that captures multiple ideas while designing the irrigation system. Also, manufacturers, the good manufacturers, they torment their products. They put their products through rigorous testing, through rigorous procedures to ensure the quality control and the products are reliable on the use of these products. Man, you're flying with those slides. Take it. Slow down a notch. Warranty. All right, what is warranty? Warranty is your best friend that stands with you and says, I got your back. And that's where a reputable manufacturer stands behind their products and backs it up for years and years and years for their products to last on their projects. Next. Number 3. First of all, I'm very proud also to be amongst some of the top contractors and professional installers in our region here in Riyadh, and thank you all for attending. Use professional installers and contractors. Those contractors and installers have had their tested time. Mr. Majjan is smiling at me. Hello, sir. Trusted contractors are very important. They know their ways around the sites, and they can mitigate logistics risks on their project site. They would know how to handle things and get things done on their project and their irrigation system. Next. And to add on that, it is essential because contractors are born of this land. They know the local rules, they know the local regulations, and they know how to get their projects on time and cost effective. Poof, I'm running quickly. Go back one slide. Number 4. The fourth pillar is use best practices in irrigation water management. Facility managers, operation, and maintenance. Some might argue this fourth pillar is the most important with all 4 of them. Oh, she can talk a secret. I agree. Because it takes down the design excellence from the professional designers, the reputable brands, how they are being tested and reliable, and the professional contractor, when they put it in the ground, it all goes down. Facility managers, how they really manage their projects over the years and years to come. They use the latest technologies like for troubleshooting and for maintenance. For instance, one of the latest developments we've had is the irrigation software management platform that can manage a park, a highway, or even a city-scale development. Go back to one more slide, sir. And that software development is so important because now we can integrate in real time with smart city platforms, with IoT platforms that govern irrigation management over citywide developments, even with SCADA and building management systems that can easily be integrated with the irrigation system, and achieves what? The KPIs of facility managers to ensure the facilities are at optimum performance. So, in summary, we have 4 pillars. Trust your expert irrigation designers. Use reliable and reputable irrigation material. Rely and depend on your professional installers and professional contractors. And lastly, utilize best practices in facility management and in operations of your system. Let me circle back to the very, very beginning slide of my presentation and tell you that Hunter University also shares those values of sharing knowledge, of sharing education, of sharing the information for our industries. It's a free platform. Anybody can go and register and take it up. Tariq, one of our veterans who are doing the training 15, 20 years ago here in Saudi. And finally, this next slide represents our entire Hunter Middle East in the region. We are here to help. We are here to serve as support. I think I made the 10 minutes. And thank you very much.